For those of you who don't know me, my name's Claire Muller, and my father, Brian Butler, brought systematic kinesiology over from the US, where it is still known to this day as AK, so applied kinesiology. It's the same modality, it's just that in the UK, it's called systematic kinesiology, and that's the original, pure, tried and tested kinesiology that you are able to learn in the UK, which is very exciting. So welcome to I'm Going Down With Something, What Can I Do webinar this evening. So with systematic kinesiology, there are many things that we can do to help ourselves, which is empowering. And that's one of the things that I love about systematic kinesiology. It's empowering. It empowers the client to take control of their own health. It empowers the student to do the same, and also helps the student to be in far more control and understand what's going on with their friends and families' lives too. So we're talking about our immune systems tonight, mainly, because the immune system is going to be the system that is down if you are coming down with something. We can feel it, can't we? Sometimes it's a heady feeling, sometimes it's a throaty feeling, a slight nauseous feeling in our stomachs. We're just exhausted and tired, out of salts, and you're thinking, don't feel quite right. What can I do? I think I'm coming down with something. So understanding our immune system a little bit can help. We've got two parts to our immune system. And the first part is the innate immune system. And that is what we're born with. We're born with this wonderful immune system that sees to so many of our invader needs and looks after us really nicely on the whole. However, as long as it's got the tools for the job. So it's our first line of defense. It allows the body to attack an antigen, which is a foreign body that is alien to us, and we need to deal with it and engulf it, gobble it up, and digest it and prevent the situation from going into red alert. So we're very lucky to have this wonderful innate immune system. And really, the scientists still don't completely understand how that works. And in systematic kinesiology, we talk a lot about energy, emotions, physicality, and the chemistry of the body, because we're all made up of what we call M.C.P.E, the mental side, the emotional side, the chemical side, the physical side, and the energetical side. So looking after all those properties, if you like, of what makes you whole is going to have a direct effect on your immune system. So there's lots of things that we can do for a preventative situation, but tonight we're particularly thinking about you're actually feeling like you're becoming unwell. The second part of our amazing immune systems is the adaptive immune system. Now, this consists of wonderful specialized cells called lymphocytes, and they are predominantly made up of B cells and T cells. And we're going to learn a wonderful technique later to stimulate and enhance our T cells, which is huge when we are fighting an infection and any other pathogen that's entered the body. Now, the specialized cells of the adaptive immune system, they kind of jump in when the innate system is either failing or overwhelmed, because if it's bombarded too much, it can become overwhelmed, and then the pathogen can take over, if you like, take over all the host cells, which is us. So it's kind of a backup. It's a backup to the innate, and has these specialized cells to help you out with all kinds of nasty invaders that they want to gobble up. And we absolutely want that to happen. So now, with bearing that in mind, with very basic kind of understanding of our two types of immune systems, what we may or may not know is that by jumping in quickly to support our bodies in an M.C.P.E. way, as we do in systematic kinesiology, you are either going to be able to stop that illness in its tracks, or worst case scenario, you go through the kind of procedure, the beginnings and getting to the middle of being unwell. However, you have a quick recovery. So it's a win-win situation. The sooner you can take hold of the situation and change the body's kind of tools for the job, the better. So what are the tools for the job? The tools for the job, because we're talking in a systematic kinesiology way, we're going to look at M first, M.C.P.E. So M is our mindset. So you might think, well, what's my mindset going to do once I feel I'm going down with something? Well, it can absolutely do everything. There's a wonderful long fancy word called psychoneuroimmunology, which we've been talking about for about 45 years from my father. It didn't have that fancy name, by the way, then, but science caught up with us about 15 years ago and said, oh, there's this amazing phenomenon called psychoneuroimmunology, where everything you think about yourself and others immediately has an impact on your immune system. So what is that impact? Well, if it's a positive thought, positive mindset, positive self-talk, then your immune system is immediately going to be boosted. If it's a negative mindset with negative talk, then your immune system's immediately going to plummet. So how we think about ourselves and others has a huge impact on our health. So just say we feel we're going down. So, oh no, I'm going down with something, it's going to be so bad. I know it, I'm just so exhausted. I'm probably going to have a week off, this kind of thing, will make the situation worse. So, and on the flip side, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather and I'm going to get on top of this. I am strong. I have a strong, robust immune system, and I'm going to give my body the tools for the job now to nip this in the bud, for it either to stop in its tracks or, like I said, it run its course, but you just get better quicker. So, clean up your self-talk as well, how you speak to yourselves. Oh, you shouldn't have done this last week and then you wouldn't be ill now. It is what it is, as they say. And, we can uplift ourselves with a positive mindset that we're going to get on top of this and give our bodies the tool for the job. So to help us do this, we can also take some 5-flower rescue remedy straight away. 5-flower rescue remedy is for shock. Yes, they're emotional remedies, but they all also have a huge impact on the physicality and what's going on inside us when we're going down with something. So 5-flower is it rescues you, and to take some of that, hugely helpful on the emotional side, which will have a knock-on effect too. Now, another huge technique within systematic kinesiology is something called emotional stress release. So, and one of the reasons why we go down with things is stress. So although stress can be good for us, if it's relentless and we don't have time to recover in between stressful encounters, then it's going to have a detrimental effect on our health. So emotional stress release is huge with any illness, and it also helps us get a positive mindset back, and can also help physical feelings within us. So what we're going to do is we're going to, instead of learning the exact points, what we're going to do is we are going to just put our hand over the front of our forehead like this, and we're going to put the other hand over the back of the head like this. So we're sandwiched our head in this way, and we can start thinking about ways forward that you might want to start feeding your body with, and start taking some action to prevent this, you know, whatever you've got to start being addressed. So thymus tap is also another wonderful technique that we can do to lift our mindset, and also to have an effect on our immune system. So this will have a huge effect because it's going to help clear up our thinking. It's going to support us if we feel muzzy-headed or dizzy, or which we often can when we're unwell, feeling a bit overwhelmed, stressed. That's really going to change things very quickly. We're using the chakras that are coming out of our hands and sandwiching those wonderful points to bring blood flow to the frontal lobes of the brain, and also support the back brain too. Hugely powerful technique. Next one is thymus tap. Now, your thymus gland is around here behind your sternum. So if you find your kind of sternal notches there, come down the sternum, you'll feel a slightly more lumpy bit, and it's slightly to the left. And that's where we're going to feel, and sometimes it can be a little bit tender. If it's not tender, have a little dig around. If it's not tender, find the point that is. And if you are unwell, there will virtually always be a tender point around. So you can go down a bit, you can go up a bit, you can have a little move around. Out of all the areas that slightly can feel that a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap that in a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 pattern. And you can do this for your children, your partners, your friends, yourself. So we're going to tap here, and we can also use an affirmation with that if we want to. We don't have to. This is going to stimulate your thymus anyway. It's going to say, can you wake up, please? I'm feeling under the weather, and you need to work a little bit harder for me, please, to get rid of whatever I'm going down with. So you could say something like, every cell in my body vibrates with health and vitality. Every cell in my body vibrates with health and vitality. You could also say, I have a strong and robust immune system. I am healing. I have a strong and robust immune system. I am healing. Or you may have other affirmations that you'd like to do. Although those two are fabulous for stimulating the thymus and helping your body really support the pathogen or whatever's going on with the bacteria. So just by doing that, you will feel better on a different level. I can't say to what extent. Sometimes you will feel just amazingly better already. Other times you'll think, right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do the other parts of the program. So that's the emotional side. So just to recap on that, we're going to keep our mindset positive, clean up our self-talk, put a positive spin on the fact that you're a bit under the weather, and how you're going to really start putting some things into place to give you tools for tools for your tools for the job for your body to recover. You've got the thymus tap with a positive affirmation, and you've also got the frontal and occipital holding, which is so healing on so many levels. Okay, so the next piece of advice is to immediately clean up your diet. Immediately. So if you have been having a bit of more sugar than you know you maybe ought to have, or you've been very busy and been having takeaways, maybe not drunk enough water, maybe you've gone off track with your supplements, maybe you don't take any supplements, maybe the food that you've been cooking is just, although you've been cooking it, it's not as many vegetables and you haven't got your fruits down you. So we can immediately clean up our diet. No takeaways, stop refined sugar, eat more fruit. The old wives' tale, you know, an apple a day keeps a doctor away, is fabulous. Why? Because the apple supports the immune system with the vitamin C, and also particularly, mind you, a lot of people don't eat the pips, but particularly in the core and the pips of the apple, you've got B17, which is a wonderful immune boosting nutrient. So if you can chew up a few apple pips, that'd be great. And get your water down. 2 litres of water a day, that's a suggestion. Not all at once, spread it out throughout the day. Also recommend not to have lots of water with food, so little and often during the day. Nice, half a pint before a meal, about 15 minutes before a meal is really good to clean the stomach out before you put food in it. Things like broths, like chicken broth, bean broth, or vegetable broth if you're vegetarian. Get your veggies in you and clean up your diet quickly, because that's really going to help your body fight off anything undesirable. Another suggestion is to immediately up your vitamin C. Linus Pauling wrote many books about vitamin C, and one of his suggestions, which I've followed throughout my life since my father shared it with me many, many moons ago, is to take 1 gram of vitamin C per hour. Sounds a lot, doesn't it? 1 gram, that's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every hour to bowel tolerance. So if you started getting loose bowels, say at 6 grams, then go back to 5. So up to the tolerance of your bowels. I always do it if I'm coming down with something. And usually it doesn't turn into anything. This is all tried and tested, what I'm delivering tonight. It does work. And I would say 8, 9 times out of 10 that I just think that little bit, that few signals that I'm a little bit under the weather, whether I do all this, nothing. So, and when I have developed something like flu, which I've had twice in my life, and other things that are sticking around for a few days, 1 gram of CNR for me works brilliantly, as did it for Linus Pauling. Also, either take or up vitamin D. It's all in the press at the moment to help with the situation at the moment with COVID. C, D and zinc are very topical at the moment. We've always suggested that for you to do with if you're going down with something. So up your vitamin D or start taking it, up your zinc or start taking it. And another really good tip is just to get onto the Echinacea. If you're a kinesiologist and you can check, then fabulous, but we don't always have someone around to test you. So just getting Echinacea, new specialist herbal supplies, is a wonderful naturopathic company who have wonderful ethics, and they're just fantastic. Their products are so pure. But specialist herbal supplies, and they do something called Echinacea compound or just plain Echinacea, And that's something else that can really help with, you know, short-term bursts of echinacea. That's how that herb is best used. That's how the body really responds well to echinacea. You're not feeling great, you burst it with echinacea, and then you feel better and you stop. If you've got a yellow-green mucus, you're coughing up yellow-green mucus with this not feeling like you suddenly feel like, oh, this isn't really good. I've coughed and I've looked and it's not a nice colour. Then I would add in golden seal to the echinacea. So echinacea and golden seal is particularly wonderful if you have yellow or green infected phlegm. Going back to old, kind of before, let's just jump to antibiotics or medication, good old honey and lemon. Honey is a natural antibiotic. Lemon boosts the immune system hugely. So half a lemon squeezed into cold water, a lovely big spoonful of raw honey if you can, and make sure the lemon and the raw honey are in cold water. And then you put warm water on top of that, not boiling water, because you'll really damage a lot of the properties of the honey. So top up your mug with hot water, and of course it will be diluted with the cold water and not take the wonderful benefits of the honey away. And again, straight away, don't wait until the throat's so sore you can't swallow, get straight onto the honey and lemon. In fact, warm drinks in general are fabulous for the immune system. I don't know whether you knew that. We're not talking tea and coffee, guys. Sorry. As lovely as they are here and there, we're talking warm drinks of honey and lemon, warm drinks of herbal teas, fruit teas, or even just warm water. It's incredibly supportive for the immune system, and that's going to help recharge it and halt anything you may be coming down with. So on the flip side of that, it's best to not be drinking really cold water if you're coming down with something. And even, to be honest, in the winter, I wouldn't go for the chilled button on your, your water. We've got a water, you can see in the background. It's not plugged in the winter, and it's kind of room temperature, which is fabulous for us in the winter. So that's how we can help ourselves instantly. We can clean up our diet. We can up our vitamin C, up our vitamin D, up our zinc. Really stop eating processed sugars and sweeties and things like that. Hot drinks, honey and lemon, apples, fruit, veggies, bone broth, veggie broth, and you're going to be well away supporting yourself. Now, just before I go on to the physicalities of the body, the physical body and how we can help that, it's lovely to understand, because we can forget, or maybe some of us don't even know, if we're not into, we're not in the natural healthcare field, the natural state of the body is to heal. And just knowing that is super empowering and such a wonderful, refreshing reminder, because with orthodox medicine, and it's almost like you've got absolutely no control. It's just your body's out of control. It's ill, it's sick, you're falling apart, that kind of mindset. Whereas, hold on a minute, the natural state of our bodies is to heal. So naturally, your body will be doing everything to heal itself without intervention, without needing medical intervention. Of course, if you need it, then of course it's there, and that's wonderful. However, if we understand that and start boosting ourselves and nurturing ourselves and really ranking up our self-care. It's such a lovely feeling to help yourself get over something. It really is. It's so rewarding. And like I say, empowering, which is what I love to help people feel. So, you know, what can we do physically when we feel like we're going down with something? Well, physically, we can stimulate our thymus through our immune system. And I'm going to show you, I've got a picture here of the point we're going to rub. We're going to rub this point here. And as you can see, if you look on, it's slightly on the right-hand side, and it's under the pectoral curve on a man and just up from where the breast is on a lady. So what does that look like? It looks like this. So I'm on the right-hand side, and I want to rub that point to really help my thymus and stimulate lymph to my immune system to help me not go down with anything that I feel that I'm coming down with. So we just touch. So ladies, with a guy, just the pectoral, and it's easy, you can just rub here. With the ladies, with breasts, you need to go slightly under the bra, and then you can rub to the right-hand side of the sternum, and you can rub round clockwise, anti-clockwise in a linear way. And again, find the sore bit. We're going to find the sore point because that's lymphatic congestion. And we're going to rub it to our pain tolerance until it eases. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rub it until it eases. You can rub your children's points, your husband's, your friends, and that is going to help the lymphatic system, which is a big part of your immune system as well, to clean and refresh and take debris away. Those points can be a little bit sore. That's normal. And like I say, rub to your pain tolerance and rub until it starts to shift. Or if you're willing, keep going until it's virtually gone. Just want to show you that picture again so that you can see exactly where to rub. That's where we're rubbing. Okay, lovely. So that's a wonderful physical rubbing you can do. Another rubbing that we can do to help, particularly if it is a sore throat, tight chesty feeling, you've got a cough, anything like that, chesty, coughy, tight chest, anything like that. And we're going to, we found the sternum earlier when we were looking for these sternal notches here and coming down to find our thymus for our thymus tap. Then some of you may know it as your breastbone. It's just a bone that goes all the way down here called your sternum or breastbone. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rub it. And again, it might be sore, particularly if you've got a cough or a cold or you've got a tight chest. Make sure you rub all of it so we can come down the center. We can rub to the left of it. We can rub to the right of it and just cover the whole breastbone sternum area. And that is going to send the lymph to the lungs and all the lung muscles and the organ itself, again, to free them up and carry, clean them, feed them, and carry debris away. So that's another thing we can do physically. And I'm going to show you another point that we are able to tap. Now, remember earlier we were talking about the different immune types of immune, the two parts of your immune system, the innate, which you're born with, and the adaptive, which backs that innate system up and uses specialized cells for the job, lymphocytes, B cells, and T cells. So now I'm going to show you a point that you can tap to stimulate the production of T cells. How fantastic is that? So that your body will make more T cells to fight whatever it needs to fight off. So I'm going to show you that point now. And that point is here, right in the middle of the shoulder blades at about the level, if people know their A.M.P., it's around the fifth and sixth T5, T6, so right in the middle of the shoulder blades, and it's called GV12. It's an acupuncture point, and you just tap it. Now, you know, you can give it a go yourself. I can, if you can't get there this way, like this, you can definitely get there this way. Okay, definitely get there this way, like that. And you can just tap it with your thumb like that for a good, I'd say 30 seconds. And of course, if someone else is doing it for you, you can say, please, can you just tap between my shoulder blades? You can tap your kids between the shoulder blades, and that's going to help with the stimulation to produce T-cells for yourself. And they focus on specific foreign bodies and to kill and destroy them. Wonderful. Now, something else that we can do physically. Okay, what have I done? No, okay. Okay. Another thing that we can do physically, if we aren't too sick, as in really, really going under the weather, I wouldn't suggest you do this when you've actively got a temperature. However, I do this myself every day as a preventative, and I would continue to do it if I felt I was going down with something, and that's take a cold shower. Taking cold showers is wonderful for your immune system, for your vascular system, for your lymphatic system. We hopefully exercise regularly, and this is exercise for your vascular system, which is really hard to do even with, you know, cardiovascular exercise. It doesn't do the same thing. So cold showers, unless you have a fever. I personally wouldn't suggest you do it if you have a fever or if you feel really, really unwell. It might be too much of a kind of body shock in those situations, but certainly preventative. And if you're just feeling a little bit under the weather, I would highly recommend them. Now, so when I say cold showers, I don't mean get under the shower, wash your body and your hair and have a cold shower every single day from start to finish. In fact, I think in my understanding of it, it actually works better if you don't. Have a lovely, like this morning, I had a lovely warm shower, washed my body, enjoyed the heat. Oh, it was just felt wonderful, as showers do, wake you up. Wonderful to have them in the morning. And then I turn it off, and then I change the setting to the coldest setting that I've got on there. And then I turn it back on. And I personally start with my face. I just go under there and put my face under there and get the body shock straight away with the freezing cold water dripping down you. You do get used to it, and you do actually get to like it. Some days I think, oh God, you know, it's a bit cold outside. Do I feel like doing it? I think, no, it's so good for me, and I feel fantastic after I've done it. Particularly in the winter, what you notice is if you get out of a hot shower, even into a centrally heated room with a warm towel, you're cold straight away, aren't you? It's immediately cold. Whereas if you've ended with the cold shower, you get out warm and you don't feel cold and you don't feel shivery. It warms you up tremendously. Now, what I suggest you do is start off with maybe 15, 30 seconds cold shower after your warm shower, and then move on to 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then move on to a minute, and then a minute and a half. And the idea is to get up to 2 minutes a day after your warm shower, 2 minutes a day. Another wonderful side effect of this is it stimulates the metabolism, stimulates the bowel into action, stimulates fat, stimulates the body to burn fat. How fabulous is that? And also activates brown fat and encourages more brown fat. And for you know, I'm sure some of you know this, but if you eat fat in your diet and maybe overeat or maybe eat too much of the wrong fats, then it sticks to white fat, not brown fat. Dietary fat doesn't adhere to brown fat. So very interesting for, you know, for if you just want to, you know, stimulate your body to metabolize better and to, yeah, lose some fat in areas that you might wish to. So lots of wonderful benefits of cold showers, including, of course, to the immune system. Okay, so that's the physicalities. We understand now that the natural state of the body is to heal. How fabulous is that? We've got G12, that's governing meridian 12. It's an energy line for those of you who don't know what meridians are. They're just energy lines that acupuncturists stick needles in. And we're going to tap G12, GV12 to stimulate the production of T cells. We're going to rub our point on the right-hand side, just above, underneath the bra, or on a man just above the pectoral crease. We also learn to rub the sternum for coughs, colds, and if we've got a tight chest, and to take cold showers if you dare, if you'd like to, if it's good for you. And finally, because we're looking at the M.C.P.E way, we're going to look at the energy. So the energy of the body. So this isn't going to be any great surprise to anyone. To heal, the natural state of the body is to heal, and healing takes more energy, which is one of the reasons we feel tired, because our body is using all our energy resources to attempt to heal us. So we need to listen to our bodies. We're tired, so we need to rest. We need to relax. We need to take ourselves off to bed early. We need to listen to our bodies do talk to us. And a student came up with a lovely phrase the other day, which I'm definitely going to be using a lot of. You know, when we understand symptoms, and with kinesiology, kinesiology gives our body a voice. So what a wonderful phrase to have come up with. And, you know, it gives us a voice. It gives our bodies a voice. And I've talked a long time about symptoms being our friend, because it's the body, it's the only way the body can show us something's wrong. It can't talk to us verbally. It has to talk to us with discomfort, with pain, with itching, with an awareness, with just a gut feeling that something's not quite right. And what we often do is ignore it and put sticky plasters over the top and just take away symptoms. I'm absolutely not anti-drug. Drugs have their place. Medication has its place. However, day in, day out, covering up pain, putting things on to strip layers of skin off, all that kind of thing, it is not going to take away the cause that your body is telling you, it's showing you that there's a problem there. So let's take heed when we start feeling very tired, when we're going down with something. Okay, I'm going down with something, I can feel it. I'm going to go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm going to get myself to bed. I'm going to keep warm, and I'm going to really help my body, you know, fight this off with extra sleep, going to bed extra early, because the hours before midnight, again, it's a very old-fashioned kind of saying, but I know it to be true. The hours before midnight are worth 3 of the hours after midnight. So if we're asleep by 10, if we sleep 10 till 12, we get 2 hours before midnight. It's worth 6 after. That's why you feel fantastic when you have an early night and you sleep through those hours before midnight. So let's listen to our bodies. Let's enable it to have extra energy through extra rest, relaxation, and sleep. Okay, and keep warm. Let's not waste energy feeling cold. Because when we're unwell, if we keep the body warm with bed socks and extra layers and maybe a hot water bottle, that's going to aid our recovery. And drinking the honey and lemon, let's keep warm. We don't want to waste energy feeling a bit cold that can be used. You can even walk around the house in a scarf. If I ever feel like something's going on here, I'll put a scarf on. So kinesiologically wise, now I'm going to show you what you're going to be able to do. Okay, so we're going to start at the ring finger, and we're going to use a finger on the other hand, and we're going to run up our body like this, over the back of the shoulder, over behind the ear, and end just in front of the ear, around on the temple. Don't worry, we won't worry about being exact. It really doesn't matter. So we start on the ring, at the outside of the ring finger, towards the little finger, run all the way up here, round there, over the ear, and finish there. And we're going to do that both sides, and we're going to touch this side of the ring finger, come up here, all the way there, over the ear, and finish around in front of the ear, around the temple area. And we're going to do that at least 6 times each side. It's lovely for you to do yourselves, and it's even lovelier and nicer if someone else does it, and your kids will love it. It feels so tingly and refreshing, and it's a lovely feeling. So you can rub those points yourself and for others. And finally, the last tip for your energy boosting to help you if you're going down with something is to hold. Remember where we were tapping earlier? We were tapping around the sort of where you have that, you come down your sternum, you feel a bump. Everyone's bumps in a slightly different place. Come down slightly to the left, and we were tapping our thymus earlier with a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 beat. Now we're just going to hold that. And also we're going to hold here, and we're also going to hold here. So where my glasses were sitting. So we're holding here and here, right on top of the cheekbone, like that. And we're going to hold that for around a minute or 2. You know, you can, sometimes the indication can be nice big release sigh, might be a tummy gurgle, might be nothing. Just hold that for a couple of minutes, and then you can swap and hold same place here and this side like that. And you're going to hold that for a couple of minutes too. Okay, so that's called, that's going to, it's a neurovascular point in kinesiology, and that stimulates blood to the thymus gland and the immune system. So it's going to be oxygenated, it's going to be fed, it's going to be nourished, and it's going to get all that vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc and echinacea into your immune system that you might have decided to up and take because you feel like you're going under the weather. So, wow, you've got a lot of tools there to use for yourself. And I cherry picked them all for you because they are powerful and they are also easy. This is the wonderful thing about SK, particularly the foundation courses we run. Anyone can do it. Anyone can come and learn. And after teaching for 33 years now, everyone who's ever done the foundation course says, oh, everyone should do this. Everyone should do it. At least one member of every household, you know, ought to do this to understand the body better, to be able to correct imbalances, to be able to nurture yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed this webinar and how to help your body when you're going down with something emotionally, chemically, physically, and energetically. And if we cover all those areas and we do all the things that we've discussed tonight, it could really stop you going down something with something in its tracks. So I think we're going to go to questions now. And I think Nora is looked at the questions and she's going to ask some questions to me now.
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you, Claire.
Pleasure.
So there's a question just here now. What is the M.C.P.E? What does it stand for?
M.C.P.E is the uniqueness, if you like, of systematic kinesiology, and M.C.P.E is looking at the body as a whole, mentally, chemically, physically, and energetically. So M.C.P.E is just the first letter of mental, chemical, physical, and energetical. So we always look at the body in all those realms with everything, which is why with all my kind of presentations on how you can help anything, it's always presented in an M.C.P.E way, because that's what we do within systematic kinesiology.
Thanks. So we have the next question was about dosages for daily amounts of, you referred to the vitamin C, but they're asking for zinc. And I suppose if you also mention vitamin D as well, that'll be helpful.
Okay. So with zinc, the daily kind of requirement is about 15 milligrams. So if you feel like you're going down with something and you want to boost that, so it's known as like a therapeutic dose, which is like short term, you can go up to 30, 45 milligrams of zinc short term. And then you would stop, and a daily kind of ticking overdose would be around 15 milligrams. So that's zinc. D3 is, the Ds are, known as, you'll see most of the Ds are D3, sometimes with K2, sometimes with other things. D3, I would follow what's on the pot to the maximum. So if it says 1 to 3 tablets, I'd go with 3. If it says 2 to 4 tablets, I'd go with 4. So I'd probably go to the maximum dose that's on your pot of vitamin D.
Thanks, Claire.
Pleasure.
Another question is, can the foundation course be done online?
Well, very good question. When we had lockdown last time, we'd managed to teach, I think, 4 levels in person, and we taught the last 2 online. And then when we were out of lockdown, we had a couple of practice days. So we did manage it very well. We kept going. I was determined for a task to keep going through all the disruptions and for all the students to be able to continue with their training. So we kept everything going. So my answer is, could the foundation course be solely done online? And the answer, my answer, I mean, maybe someone else's answer would be yes. My answer would be no, only because it's an incredibly hands-on kind of modality, and it's all in the muscle testing. And if the muscle testing isn't correct, then nothing's correct. So learning how to muscle test, the feel of it, the procedure of it, and to have, that manual tuition and the checking of the tutor and the interaction between the other students is very important. However, could some of it be done online? Absolutely. And I have had people, because we teach people all over Europe, so they might come in for level 1, then do level 2 online, then come in for level 3 and do level 4 online, come in for level 5 and do so that kind of thing. We're definitely open to people attending some of the courses online. However, level 1 would need to be in person for you to get that feel of the muscle testing.
Thank you. And so now we need the dates. Unfortunately, I haven't been given them yet. So do you have the dates for the Wednesday course, the weekday course, and the weekend course for the upcoming one?
After Christmas.
Yes.
Right, hold on 1 second. I will have.
Thank you.
So the foundation course, London weekend foundation course, spring 22, starts on the 12th and 13th of March. And then it's one weekend a month on from that. So it's the 12th and 13th of March, the 9th and 10th of April, the 7th and 8th of May, the 4th and 5th of June, 25th and 26th of June, and the 23rd and the 24th of July. So all those dates are online, but it does start on Saturday, the 12th of March. And the London weekday foundation course starts Wednesday, the 16th of February. So the 2 Wednesdays in February are Wednesday, the 16th and Wednesday, the 23rd of February. And that's during the week on a Wednesday. So yeah, lovely. Come and join us.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And actually, I'm going to update those dates on the website. They're not on the website just now, but
right. That's just because we just started with a new one, and then we put the next one on.
Actually, we will be updating all of the dates on Monday. And if you feel like you want to enroll, you'll be able to enroll from Monday afternoon when we update the website. And also we can put the dates again on the email.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you, Nora.
Oh, yes. There was another question about the 5 flower remedies. What are the dosages? How long? How much?
Okay, so the 5 flower or rescue remedy, as it's called both. There's 2 different names for it. It's homeopathic. So, not that you drink the whole bottle, because it's only like 5 or 10 mil. You're not going to drink the whole bottle. Having said that, you could take it 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, and you just squeeze the pipette and drop it into your mouth. Few drops, whole pipette. I don't count. I just squirt it in. If you're giving it to children, you might just want to put 1 or 2 drops in if they don't like the taste, because it is the flowers are suspended in brandy. You can put it in some water. You could put the drops in the water, and you could, in a big glass of water, you wouldn't even taste it. So that's quite handy. So just a few drops, even every hour would be okay, because it's homeopathic. So you can't go wrong with that, really. And how long? I would take it for as long as I felt under the weather until I started feeling better.
Thank you, Claire. There's lots of appreciations. Really enjoy these. Hopefully you'll be doing some more in the future. Yes, we are. There's a few more webinars like these coming up. Lots of people saying great talk as usual, and a great refresher. Some people have to go. Another wonderful webinar. Thank you for taking the time to do this. All super useful information, which I will enjoy sharing with my family.
Wonderful. That's music to my ears, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, and at this time, especially during these crazy times we're living in, to be empowered with your health and your family's health and your children's health, even if you never went on to practice, even if you never you know, wanted to. I didn't want to when I started. I certainly didn't want to be a practitioner when I started. I was only 21, 22, and I was just doing it to help my job on reception, you know. So, and it was so amazing, and I was so blown away that I just went on. I knew nothing about health, knew nothing about anything. I was 22. I'd worked in banks and building societies. And, you know, the foundation course changed the course of my life, you know, absolutely. But I didn't know immediately. I did the foundation course twice, actually, before I thought, oh, do you know what? I think I'll go on. I'm enjoying my case studies and I'm enjoying what I'm able to do for people, which was quite phenomenal. So yeah, anyone can do the foundation course, and yeah, to really empower yourself at this time and forever, because you're never gonna, once you've done it, that's it. You've got the manuals, you've got the information, and all you need to do is look it up.
Got a lovely comment here. Thank you so much for the talk. My 8-year-old son came in and watched you tapping your thymus, and he found his and noticed that it was sore and went off to tap his dad's thymus.
Oh, that is so lovely. That is so lovely. Oh, that's made my evening. That's the kind of thing we, you know, for our kids to have these tools, you know, is absolutely fabulous. So thank you for your input. Thank you for your comments. And I appreciate all you that have logged on this Wednesday evening, and hopefully learned a lot. And the recording is available if you would like. And very much look forward to seeing you next time. I think, am I doing one? When am I doing one, Nora? Have we got the dates?
Yeah, next. 1 second, I can tell you now.
The next one, Nora will be getting in touch. Is the next one migraines and headaches?
I'm just looking for.
Or how kids, there's 4 coming up. How to help your kids do better at school, migraines and headaches, and there's another one. Obviously this one tonight, and how to be.
Migraines and headaches is on the 12th of January.
Lovely.
Become the practitioner you want to be or change your career confidently is on the 3rd of March. And then
Lovely.
How to help your kids do better at school is on the 13th of April.
Fabulous. And when we get to near April, it's something that we're going to be doing, you know, ongoing, because one of my passions and one of Task's missions is to get systematic kinesiology out there, to spread it, to help people, and for it to be a household name, really. And the differences and, you know, the real deal that you get from systematic kinesiology. Lovely. So, are we done, Nora? Any more questions? We've got a couple more minutes.
1 second. There's Joy asking for the new manuals. So I've just put a link there for you. They are in our shop on the website, Joyce, and you can just purchase it directly there. I'm sure there's some copies in the office, yeah?
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, yes, there will be a recording. Lovely that you were engrossed and you didn't take any notes. That would be Jody. Yeah, there will be a recording. Again, it will be coming to you next week. Let me see if there's any more questions or information.
Well, it's lovely seeing everyone. I could see most people.
And we've got Wendy. She's wishing to enroll next week.
Lovely. Look forward to meeting you, Wendy.
Yeah. I think that's it, Claire.
That's it for now. Well, have a lovely rest of the evening, and I very much look forward to the next one, and maybe see some of you there. And if you fancy diving into the foundation course, you will be learning this and much, much more. So all the best to everyone, and see you again soon. Bye for now.